Hello and welcome to the Philippines. About a week ago, I had to start setting the temperature on the split type air conditioner lower and lower to get it to cool properly. And didn't sound quite the same. So got the landlord to okay a cleaning, and the guy we used about 8 months ago, he was not able, didn't have the proper pass in order to cross from Talisay City up to Cebu City, so he was unable to do it. Called about five other places that were listed on Facebook and on the internet, and no one answered. No one answered. No one returned messages or emails. Finally got a hold of this guy. He's from up in Consolation, north of Cebu City, north of Mandaue City, just a little bit. And he said he could come down. Him and his friend, they were set up, had the proper equipment. Said he'd been trained at Cebu Vocational School. Don't know if that's the exact name of the place, but he does about 5 jobs a day, so he stays pretty busy. And anyway, what happens is that your system gets dirty from all the air flowing through it, and after a while, it just becomes inefficient. And you certainly don't want to, at first it was suggested, well, just wait until the quarantine, until the lockdown is over. Well, you don't want to burn your unit up. Then you have to replace the full unit. Uh, Not a good idea. You could even possibly start a fire by the thing overheating. Not a good idea. So I found this guy, and he had the proper permits to travel. He apparently had a permit because he owns the business, and he had the work permit from his barangay. So anyway, a little different setup than the last group. You can see that blue tube, cloth tube or nylon tube, whatever it is. That's where the water will drain out of. A little different system than the last guy had. And anyway, he's priming the water pump, and he's going to spray that pump. Now, last time I did a video about 8 months ago, I had a number of people who watched the videos, foreigners from different countries, that explained the way you do it in your country. You use a special solvent or a soap solvent type solution to do the cleaning, properly clean it. And here in the Philippines, it seems that they just use plain water. He sprayed that thing with plain water first. And then the second spraying, they asked us for soap. We had laundry soap, so he put the laundry soap in the bucket, stirred it up, made some suds, and he used soapy water the second time, and then the third time he rinsed the soapy water out of there. He didn't have nearly as much pressure as the last guy did. Not quite the same setup. Didn't make a big mess, a little bit of a mess, but it was pretty easy to clean it up in the end. 1,000 pesos, 20 US dollars. He was there a little over about an hour and a half or so. Hour of that time is setting up and taking down, pretty much. About 30 minutes doing the work there. And now the unit blows hard and cold again. I usually have it set at 30 degrees centigrade or 29 sometimes. Before I go to bed, I'll set it down to 28 to cool the place off pretty good. And oftentimes I don't have to wake up during the night. That will keep it cool enough with a fan running through the evening, through the sleeping hours. But during May, the hottest month of the year here, I would oftentimes have to wake up, turn it on for 15, 20 minutes, cool down a second time. When I set it at 30 degrees, it actually brings it down. I think it's about 85, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. But when I set it there, it tends to bring my room temperature down to about 27 or about 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which is comfortable to me. takes the humidity out of the air. Some people like it. I know I have a Filipina friend that occasionally visits, and she's always saying, "Turn the air on, turn the air on." She likes it much colder. She had a restaurant here for a couple of years, and it was always too cold for me in there. I would often sit outside instead. The last guys who were here, he took, one guy last time, he took the whole cover off there and cleaned that whole unit up. This guy said he could do it well enough just blowing water through the backside. Not sure. Those of you who have been in the industry can tell me how well you can do that without taking that cover off. I don't know if he was in a hurry or what the situation was. But 1,000 pesos, about 20 US dollars for hour and a half worth of work, and of course travel time from Consolation. And where he was going next, probably back to Consolation. Gets a little difficult finding help during a lockdown. Anyway, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you next time.